One's like a minute and 40 seconds long, that's all it needed.
Fourth and fifth gen Camaros. Plastic back window. This ought to be interesting. That was awesome. He had he could have started whenever he wanted, but he waited on him.
Yeah, he knew he had it.
He didn't even bother to give him the riding chance of having the green light before him.
Okay, I think Cody felt he left it.
I think Cody took a shit.
Yeah, Cody might be taking a shit.
GTO or is that the Grand Prix? We'll find out. Yeah. Versus your white truck.
I'm not gonna lie, this kind of does look like some fucking
No, that's the V8. Yeah, with the 6.0. The truck jumped out of it though. You heard his turbo build and then it just kind of dropped off. See, I told you. Ooh, what was that?
Competitors in the street king category will be rolling up here in the Nova. So we're going to be transitioning Christmas trees. Nicely, Nova competing in street king this weekend.
Okay, yeah, that's not wood. That is not. Oh, dude, that's the fastest pass all day.
Hey vlog, I just wanted to check in. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm currently hiding in the bathroom of our campground. Everybody else is asleep, so I didn't want to wake them up, but by now, I'm sorry I didn't have an intro to this vlog. We left super late, so today's day 2. So here's the footage for day 2. I'm gonna go read a book and get some breakfast while everybody else wakes up because I'm wide awake. So I will see you guys, lovelies.
I bow to you, O destroyer of the tire. Yes. Yes. Anybody own a body shop? Because a quarter bit on that thing's gonna need a touch up. Okay, so lost.
Hey guys, so I am back from my trip. Exhausted, super exhausted. Dirty hoodie, but it says Holley LS Fest. Sorry about the dirty. It's so soft. Overall, like a great weekend as a whole. Sorry, I'm all a little broke out from camping and a mix of camping and stress. So, but overall, super good weekend. I tried to put a bunch of clips in this vlog of stuff I got to see and stuff. Like, I couldn't capture like how spectacular it was. I really couldn't, and there was so much stuff that I didn't get to document, like the drifting and all kinds of stuff like that. And we had a really good time. The only situation was, it was, I believe, Friday night, because we left on a Thursday night. Yeah, we left on a Thursday night, got there. Excuse me, sorry, I'm exhausted. Left on a Thursday night, and then set up, hung out for a little bit. There were 5 of us. Me, my best friend, and her husband, and then 2 of his friends / cousin. So there were 5 of us total. But we were in the big tent. Her and her husband were on one end, and then I was on the other, and then the 2 other gentlemen were in a separate tent. It was nice until Friday night when they called for rain. We thought we'd be fine. We put the covers and stuff on, and then all of a sudden we woke up and the tent was flooding and we were soaked in water. It was bad. Her husband, I woke up to one of the guys. It sounded like they were like, hey, do you guys need me to put anything else up? And like, I thought I was just half asleep, because I mean, we'd been asleep for like an hour and it was super late. And so I just stayed asleep, like I didn't think anything of it. And then sorry, what seemed like hours later, but it ended up being like an hour, if that, later, we had a big like LED light in our tent. All of a sudden it got flipped on, and it was like immediately I was awake. So I sat up, and I just kind of stared at my best friend, and she was like, Shelby, are you wet? And I was like, what? She was like, are you wet? And I was like, yeah. And then I started looking around, and like water was coming down the top of the tent, and the bottom was flooding, and we ended up luckily bringing a tarp big enough to cover a whole tent, and we ended up having to pull the tarp over the tent and pin it to the ground using a car hitch, and we got everything dried out enough with the fans and stuff in there that we finally went to sleep. Next morning it was rough. We got up and took a shower and all that nice hoopla. So I believe actually the clip of me talking to you in the bathroom is the morning after it happened, so I looked kind of rough. But everything was fine. We all got showers and cleaned up and everything, and we went back to LS Fest, which there'll be some clips from that and stuff. And Sunday morning we ended up leaving early and not going to LS Fest or doing anything, because it was just raining, and LS Fest got rained out. The hurricane kind of brought the weather this way too, so it was a hot mess. It was a hot mess, but overall I had a good time, and I needed the break from both jobs and schools. So I'm already looking forward to next year, honestly. Like, I'm ready for it already. I'm so sorry, but it was a good time. Like, I'm not looking forward to going back to work, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? So I just thought I'd give you guys a quick update because I didn't get to vlog as much as I planned on, but hopefully enough to make it interesting. I am going to take a shower because I'm really gross. I haven't taken a shower. I think I'm going to run to the store with my friend of mine and then come home and clean. So I've got a lot of laundry to do because a lot of it got wet and stayed wet. So no matter how much we try to dry it out, I'm so sorry. It feels like there's a hair on my eye. Ugh, but that's the plan. But I've been saying but a lot. I'm sorry, I'm so exhausted. Like, I had a great time, but I'm so exhausted. I'm ready to sleep in my own bed, to be honest. So I think I'm gonna knock out some more work tonight and call it a night. Alright. Well, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you got some enjoyment out of the Holley LS Fest East like I did. Even if it was just clips. So, thank you so much, and I will see you lovelies later. Bye.